channel. My name is Laura.
And Naomi.
And
Daisy.
Daisy's here with us just for a short time. We're here to do summer recommendations. We have 10 books for you to share with you, books that we have read and that we enjoyed, and we like to share with you these books. So here we go. Naomi will do the first one.
The first one is Everything, Everything. And I just recently read it to watch the movie. So what Everything, Everything is about a girl who can't go outside because she's allergic to the outside. And so a neighbor moves in, and she can't really talk to him that well because she can't go outside. And so the whole book is basically about how she met him and their friendship, and yeah.
So that's it for that one. Okay, the second book that we would like to recommend
is Bird Box. And Bird Box is almost the same thing because they can't go outside too, except it goes on from the past and then the present of a family's lives and their friends. And so, like, one time it's basically about the present time and how on the news a lady passed away, or like, I don't know how to say it.
I'll explain it a little better. There's an epidemic going around the town and the world, and they have to wear blindfolds because if they go outside and they see something, they wind up killing something. It is a little graphic, and it is a horror story, and I don't think it's YA. I think it's an adult book, but she did read it, and I read it, and we really enjoyed it. So that's that one.
What I forgot to mention about Everything, Everything is that it's a super short book, and I read it in about 3 hours and a half, but it was super easy because some of them have pages, like, not pages, but like pictures on the page, and it's like super short, and it goes on from like different graphics and stuff like that. And so the next book that I'm going to recommend is Out of My Mind. And Out of My Mind is a super big book as it seems, except it was short for me to read, and it's about a girl who has a disability, and so she can't talk and she can't express her feelings, except except it talks about how it's like she talks about herself and her thoughts in her head and how she can't express her feelings. And so it says how she's the smartest person in her class, except she has to have a tutor to say stuff to like her parents, and at the end a surprise happens and the whole plot changes, and that's it. I don't want to spoil it. So
this one is a middle grade book. I really enjoyed it. I read it last summer, and it's a great summer read for middle graders. It's also about bullying, so yeah, because the little girl is in a wheelchair, and she is in an elementary school with regular kids, so she gets a little bit bullied. So, okay, so the next book, I don't think you have read this one. Have you read this one yet?
I read half of it, but it was super long. So.
Okay, the next book is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. This is a YA book. I read this last summer. It's about these two girls. One girl goes missing. She actually leaves town, and she leaves notes for her friend to do different dares throughout the summer. It was really quick and really nice contemporary read, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so the next book is also a YA book, and Naomi has not read this one either, right? Have you read this one?
No.
No. This is another YA book, and this one I picked up for a book club, and I wouldn't have picked this up, and I really enjoyed it. It's Winger by Andrew Smith. It's another YA book. This one is about school bullying, and he's in a boarding school, and I really enjoyed it as well. Okay, Naomi is leaving us now because I finished all my YA in my middle grade, and then I have 5 adult books, so Naomi's leaving now. Say goodbye.
Sadly.
Okay,
I'll see you in another video, except she'll continue.
I will continue my adult books.
Yeah.
Okay, this next book, I got a free copy on my Kindle. It was a Amazon Prime member freebie, and I loved it. I read it. I download a book every month, but sometimes I don't really read them. But this one I read, and I enjoyed the whole story. And the author actually saw my YouTube channel, and she actually sent me a signed copy of the book after my 5-star review on BookTube. So anyway, the book that I read and I really enjoyed was Wreckage by Emily Bleeker. It was her first novel, her debut novel, and I really enjoyed this one. It was about two people that go on a plane, and the plane crashes and they have to survive the island, and I really enjoyed it. I was engrossed in this story, and it really makes you think, like, what would you do in that situation? So yeah, so I really enjoyed this one, and as I said, the author sent me a signed copy of the book. And it says, "To Laura, thank you so much for your kind words, and best, Emily Bleeker." And she sent me a postcard, and she sent me her business card. So yeah, I was really excited to receive this in the mail. So yeah, so that's this first one. That's an adult book. Okay, the next book is one of my favorite authors as well. It is Matthew Quick, and since I read this book, I wanted to read all of his books. And the book that I recommend is The Silver Linings Playbook. This one is about mental health. I really enjoyed the book. The book I gave 5 stars. Then I watched the movie, and I was very disappointed in the movie. They changed a lot from the book, and the book was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I read this for a mental health awareness week or something, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, so that's this one. Okay, so that's also an adult book. Okay, so the next book that I recommend is kind of an erotic book. And if you like erotica and you like thrillers, this one was amazing. This one I read in like 2-3 days. It was really fast. It's very dark. I really liked it. It's The Girl in the Train. The Girl in 6E. The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr. Yes, this one's about a woman who is a cam girl. She does camera videos, sex videos. And she is trapped in her house. She does not leave her house because she has tendencies to kill people. It's really fast-paced, and I really enjoyed it. Again, there is sexual content in this one, so if you don't like erotica type books, I don't recommend it. But if you like thrillery type, psychological thriller type books and sex books, this is a great read. So yeah, this is for great summer read. So that's that one. Okay, I have 2 more books. The next one is a book that I keep on talking about, and I finally got a physical copy. I think that I had this one out from the library originally, but I have a physical copy now. I have a hard copy, and this is on my favorite shelf. It is a very popular author. His name is David Balducci, and this is the first book that I read by him, and he doesn't really usually write contemporaries, and this one is an adult contemporary called One Summer. This one I was engrossed in. It's kind of tragic. There is a death in here, and but I just really enjoyed the story with the children and all that. So yeah, I highly recommend reading this one. I don't want to tell you anything else about it because I just want to recommend it. So yeah, if you haven't read this one, it was really good. So I think I gave it 5 stars when I read it. So that's that one. Okay, the last book I do not have a copy of, and if I do find it in a library sale, I will pick up a copy from my favorite shelf. It's the first book of Jodi Picoult that I read, and I will put a picture of the book here. It is The Storyteller. I remember reading this because I go to my mother's house for like 2 weeks in like July, and then 2 weeks in August, and I sit by the pool and I read while the kids are swimming. And I remember reading this and saying, "Oh my God," to my mom. "Oh my God, could this really happen? Oh my God." It's about a takes place during now, like our time, and it's about a Nazi person who was never he never went to jail for his crimes in the past, and he's living among us. And I kept on saying to my mother, could that be our next door neighbor? Like I was like, it's a very thinkable story, and it had me engrossed. And I just, to this day, I still can't. I still remember that part, telling my mom, like, could that happen? Are there people living like they didn't get criminalized? They didn't go to jail for all the things that they did back in the Nazi times. So yeah, so that was it. So those are my 10 books that I recommend for summer reads, and I'm sure I have tons more, but those were 10 that I had on my shelf that I could think of like really right away. So thank you for watching, and happy summer reading, and I will see you in another video. Bye.